Okay, should I start now? Yeah. Let me share my screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good to see everybody. I think I will start my talk today. Yeah, it's 2:01. Okay. Yeah. So today, good afternoon, everyone. So it's glad to, well, we still got people coming in. Wait a while. Looks like maybe another 1 more minute. Yeah. Looks like, yeah, we are getting people coming in. Yeah. Wait for another minute. Maybe there's some more people coming. Yeah. Hope everyone have a very good afternoon today. Yeah. And thank you for everyone for participating. Yeah. So, I also seeing a lot of familiar faces. Yeah. Okay. Maybe 2:03 lah, we will start. Oh, you can hear me loud and clear, right? You can see my slides also? Yes? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay. Yeah. I think I shall start now. Okay. So today, our topic are up from NTUC Health. I think everyone of you already know us. Yeah, because we have been running this program for a couple of years already. So today's topic, we are talking about active aging, healthy mind, healthy lives. Okay. Yeah. And welcome everyone. So to facilitate the session, kindly mute your microphone when you're not speaking and unmute your mic when you need to respond or you want to ask questions. You can also place your questions in the chat box. All right. If you can, turn on a video so I can see you. We can see each other. Yeah. So I hope everyone will participate and enjoy. Okay, just a little intro of myself. My name is Susan. I'm a care manager in NTUC Health. And I have been working in the healthcare, social, and community sectors for more than 20 years already. And I joined NTUC Health, in helping our clients with physical and mental issues, as well as providing support to their caregivers and loved ones. I have a bachelor degree in psychology. I also have a master degree in counseling. I'm a qualified counselor. I have a special interest in psychiatric rehab and case management. Okay, so for today's presentation is for informational purposes only, and it should not be considered as a medical advice. So it's always best to consult your doctors first. If there are any health concerns, about your specific condition. Okay, so today we will focus on understanding aging. We will talk about a bit on normal aging, and maybe we can think about, how is your current lifestyle, what are the benefits of active aging, and then we'll look at the time wheel, and then of course at the end of the session we'll have a Q&A. Okay, so understanding aging. Okay, so if you to look at this slide, on your left side, we are looking at elderly population who are 65 years and above. And you can see that from year 2010 all the way to 2020, and then moving forward 2030, you will notice that the elderly population are increasing, as year goes by. And on your right side, you will see old age support ratio, meaning that how many persons of working age can be a younger person, anyone who is working, who are able to support our elderly. So if you look at like 2010, we have like quite a number of them, like 9.5, persons with working age are able to support an elderly. And 4 years ago, 2020, we only have 5. And in time to come, 2030, there will be like 6 years later, we probably only have about 3. So all in all, 1 in 5 residents will be over 65 in 2030. So this is talking about Singapore's population. Yeah, and by 2030, we will be like looking at an estimate of about 83,000 elderly persons or people, will be living alone. And ultimately, it's not really a good sign where the increase in suicidal rate also increase among our elderly people. Okay, here we are looking at life expectancy, at birth in number of years, and then versus healthy life expectancy. And then we'll look on the right side will be on the differences. So if you look at this chart, you look at the highlight one. So life expectancy, say year 1990 for males is about 73.5 years. And then for female is about 78.8, so it's about 79. And then you look at the year 2017, it's about 82 years for males, and then about 88% for females. So in other words, that if we to compare 1990 and 2017, we are actually living longer as compared to, the number of years that we can live is much longer. So this is what we look at the life expectancy. So like for men, they can live to now, 2017 is 82 years. And then for ladies, it's about 88 years. And in the middle, where we look at healthy life expectancy, if you look at, let's say, 2017, we are talking about healthy life, meaning that we are well, we are not sick, we can live like, healthy years with like, for males, about 72.6, so it's about 73. And then for females, 75.8, which is about 76 years. Okay. The third one, I highlight all this in red. You will see the differences of unhealthy life in number of years. So in other words, it's like you look at these numbers, look at 2017, I highlight it in yellow, okay? So it's 9.3 for male, and for female is 11.8. So in other words, these are the number of years that many of our elderly are facing, meaning that they actually spend, like for example, for female, they spend about 11.8 years. So it's about 12 years, battling with like illness when they are sick or they are bedbound, or so in other words, that they are living in this number of years that they are not very healthy because they are very ill. While the healthy life expectancy is like around, about 76. So how do we actually do something about it, to reduce the number of our unhealthy life expectancy, So in other words, we want to live as healthy as we can. Okay, and then we of course don't want to live in life where we are always battling with, illness, we are always sick. Okay, so main causes of years living with disability. Here we give a few examples. In this statistic, the source is actually from the burden of disease in Singapore. So these are published online. Okay, yeah, this is all about Singapore. So, but then the studies is only up to 2017. So we provide you in the slides a few highlights. So one of the alarming features is like, for example, you look at muscular skeletal disorders. It has like 20.7% versus with other kind of disorders or disease. Yeah, muscular skeleton, they are talking about like our bones, cartilage, yeah, muscles. So many elderly people, the years they're living with disability, sometimes because of they are not able to move around so freely, because of maybe they might have certain disease like osteoporosis, arthritis, and that hinders, their mobility, meaning that they cannot, move as much as they used to be. Yeah, and likewise for other disorders or diseases like mental disorders, unintentional injuries are sometimes we are referring to like falls. Nobody for a purpose lah. Sometimes it's like, it's an accident after all. Yeah, or not neurological disorders, anything like, relating to our nerve and brain. Okay, so what is normal aging? So generally, most of us will face this as we age, every day. Especially towards our old age, you will see, significant changes. Like for example, our skin, we may have a decrease in elasticity, of our collagen fiber. So you see, like we have wrinkles, and then body fat also start to, we lose this body fat as well. So yeah, so you see wrinkles, we see lines, and then in terms of hair, the hair start to thin, you get a thinner hair, and then the color also change to gray, turn white, turn loss of facial hair. For men, probably the beard, the mustache. Even for every one of us, sometimes even the eyebrow also, you'll find that is getting, less hair, as compared with maybe when we were younger. And then about our bones, we may lose calcium in our bones. You also find that you are not as strong as you used before. Yeah, and also decrease in our, the joints, mobility, bone mass, muscle. Yeah, and even our joint movements. Yeah, also start to decrease. And then the other one would be neurological factors. Like we are a decrease in our brain mass. You also sometimes find that you're also, decline in your memory. Sometimes it takes a while for you to recall certain things. Yeah, and even our sleep pattern also sometimes is altered. Sometimes we might even might sleep lesser or sleep more. Or sometimes we need to take multiple naps, like for example, we don't sleep a lot at night, and then daytime we also need to take a bit of nap. Maybe in the past we are, always very alert, but as we age, sometimes these are some of the neurological factors that will actually affect us. And sometimes we also find that we also slow in response. Stimulus here is like things around us. Yeah, we also take some time to respond to certain things. Okay, and the other one we're talking about would be looking at like our heart, vascular. So even our blood pressure may also change. Sometimes can be higher or even lower. And also our ability to respond to stress, also decrease. And also our cardiac output. Cardiac output is talking about heart output. Our heart actually pumps blood to, to the rest of, our body. And our heart also, the blood also carry like nutrients, oxygen to the various parts of body, for us to function. So sometimes the cardiac output also, decrease, and it also works slower. Okay. And then on your right side, you can look at the vision. I think some of these conditions, many of us also are quite familiar, like cataract. The lenses are very cloudy, or glaucoma. Sometimes like cataract condition, sometimes you should see a doctor, they might actually recommend to do a surgery. So these are some of the age-related, degeneration of our vision. And then what about stomach and intestine? So food comes from our mouth. Yeah. So as we age, also, you experience like dry mouth, and then you also notice that you have less saliva. So saliva production also decrease. And then also our taste part also not as sensitive as we used before. Yeah. And others would be like, maybe you might experience constipation. Not everyone, but that could be one of the, aging processes. And then of course, our body also produce enzymes, this help us to digest. So, this production also gets, decreased. And then next, we look a bit further down, our urinary tract. Okay, yeah. So urethra, which is the and the bladder wall. So these are our urinary tract, where it helps us to either hold control, and then to urinate, etc. So all this also, you find that bladder capacity also start to reduce. Yeah, it's also weaker. So at times where we might find that as we age, we tend to go to the toilet more frequently. Yeah. Okay. So what about the psychological and social changes? So these changes can affect us also in other ways, not just physical changes, but also psychologically. Like for example, our confidence, self-esteem, yeah. And sometimes we might also face a discrimination where people, discriminate against, elderly people. I have heard like comments like, "Aya, old people very slow, walk so slowly, do things slowly." Yeah, I heard comments like this. And then there are also role changes, retirement. Yeah, because as we go older, there'll be a time where we need to retire. And when we were working, we are maybe an office worker. I could be a teacher. Um, um, any kind of jobs that you are doing, or a manager, or maybe you are a driver, etc. So as we retire, our role change. We are no more, a office worker, or a driver or a teacher, yeah. So so this role changes, and other roles will be even at home. Perhaps that when we are younger, I don't have kids, and then later I got married, I have children, and then now I'm say 70 years old, and now I have my children are married and they have children, so I end up being my role change. I become a grandmother. Yeah, yeah. So these are some of the changes. And then also as we age, also we might also face like we lost our spouse, our partners. We may also experience loneliness, sometimes very bored. Yeah. And then also financial concerns. Financial concerns also related to because we lost our income, and we retire, we don't earn as much as we used before. We might be only receiving, our monthly CPF payout, which is not our salary, right? Some people may, have financial concerns in that area. And then, of course, the other one would be psychological problems like mood changes. Yeah, temperament also change a little bit because of all these changes. So, it's just part of our aging process. Okay. So, what make us age differently? All of us want to aim to age gracefully, right? Yeah. But of course, there are certain factors that will affect us to age differently. It can be, from our DNA, our genetic makeup. We inherit our, genes from our parents. Yeah. And then besides our genes, our DNA, what about environmental factors? Place that we live in, where do we live? It also makes a difference. And then lastly, we want to look at lifestyle. So what kind of lifestyle do we lead? That where we live, where every one of us, make us like age differently. Okay. So on this slide is you look at this chart, all these three circles. Yeah. It talks about psychological, social model health. Okay, so these three are all intermingled together: biological, social, and psychological. Okay, and how it actually affects our mental health. So like biological can be our physical health. Also, this is a biological meaning is like our body physically, our genetics vulnerability. Yeah, and then intermingle with like psychological, our temperament, maybe IQ. How do we cope? What kind our skills in coping in everyday life? What about our social skills? Yeah. And then social, we also look at our family circumstances, even family relationship. Yeah. And all these three together actually affects, our health. Okay. So let's think about how is your current lifestyle? What kind of lifestyle do you live? Yeah. Is it healthy, sedentary, or active? Okay. So active are people who are always on the go. They join these activities, they go for these sports, etc. They're always out doing something. Sedentary lifestyle is like most of the time I always stay home, I sit down, I don't do much, I just sit down all the time. And a healthy lifestyle might be also related to like what are things that we do every day? Do we exercise? So look at these 6 questions. Look at like what is our family health history, any chronic illnesses. When was your last, health checkup? Do you go for medical checkup? Do you consume fruits, vegetables, every day? Yeah. Do you have problems sleeping? And when was the last time you exercised? So exercise not necessarily must be you vigorous exercise like go to the gym and carry weights. It can be even brisk walking. We also have I also know of like people who are chair bound. They do exercise on the chair. Yeah. So what about your connection with people? Do you have friends? Do you connect with your family? Yeah. So these are the people who are in your life. Okay. So this is how these are the few questions that you can think about. What is your current lifestyle? Which one is yours? Okay. And these are some of the things that also very important. Yeah, because we also want to know about our health status. If we are always we don't, let's say for example, if I find that I'm healthy, I'm okay, but then I wouldn't know if there's any hidden illness, unless maybe I go for a health checkup. Okay. Yeah. So what is a sedentary lifestyle? So these studies is actually done by this Sedentary Behavior Research Network. Okay. So in 2012, right? So they were like, a lot of studies on that. This is just one of those where they find that, during the pandemic period, just like 1 or 2 years ago, right? We have like 61% of adults, became very sedentary because most of us is like working from home. Yeah, we are not like, we don't even go out to travel because taking public transport also quite difficult because there's restriction here, restriction there. So end up like we don't even go out to buy food. Everything we place order. You get food delivered to your house or grocery delivered to your house. So we become whole day we are just at home. We don't go out. We don't move around. We are not active. Okay, so basically this study is just talking about what kind of sedentary lifestyle people lead during that time, and then what kind of sedentary behavior. So this is like one of those examples here, effects of like having a sedentary lifestyle. So it actually would actually concern us, obviously, like our physical health, okay, and of course other health concerns. Okay, so let's look at like all cause of mortality. So sometimes it's like because of the sedentary lifestyle, we might might have we might not live as long as we are supposed to be. Okay, and then also we also face a higher risk of cardiovascular. So here is talking about heart health, diseases. Okay, diabetes. Some of these terms every one of us quite familiar huh? Hypertension and even cancers. And then obesity. Obesity will be because we are living a sedentary lifestyle, we tend to also to put on weight because we don't really exercise, we don't move around that much. And of course, it might also lead to muscular skeleton related issues because we don't exercise, our muscles are not even involved, and so you get muscle loss in over time. Okay, then other health concerns like higher risk of dementia, depression as well. Okay, right. So what is active aging? Okay, here we look at 3M. Okay, so how do we adjust our lifestyle, yeah, to a better lifestyle, of course, healthy lifestyle. So we look at number one, move around. So we maintain physical and cognitive functions. Exercise. Yeah, exercise is always a good form of activities that we can do. Exercise can be like brisk walking, going for the walk. If you have a dog, bring a dog for a walk. Yeah, your dog exercise, you also do the exercise at the same time. Yeah, and regulate our weight. Yeah, many a times when we go and see our doctor, you go to polyclinic, one of the things that they will do is that take your weight and height. Yeah, and then they make a record of it. Yeah. So some of us might doctor might advise that you are a bit overweight, you need to reduce your weight. Or some who are underweight, then the doctor will maybe refer to a dietitian, to explain to you and to advise you on what type of food to eat, in order to gain a proper weight. Yeah, yeah. And then at the same time, when we exercise, actually it's really good because it also helps to decrease the stress level. And of course, decreasing, or reducing our stress can come from other ways, but this is also one of those, like exercise, doing some activities, doing fun things, etc. Okay. And then number 2, continue to engage with people in your life, like for example your family, your friends, your colleagues. If you are a working person, maintain this relationship, and then connect with each other. Times like talk to each other, go for coffee together, go outing together, chit chat, or do some activities together, and of course, we also advise people to live a positive life. When you're feeling positive, you also feel happy, and cheerful. In fact, like laughter is actually a very good medicine for many of us. Okay, and the third one, how do we manage, our lifestyle? We want to minimize the risk of, diseases, disability, and some things that we can help ourselves is like to eat more fruits, vegetables, reduce our fat intake, meaning like oily food. We may have to adjust a little bit, less of those oily stuff. Okay, and then don't smoke. If you happen to be a smoker, you might want to find ways to reduce, and then ultimately you want to quit. And and then also alcohol intake, we might also want to reduce it. Okay, so all in all, these are just some of the tips, where we can help ourselves, to age, successfully or gracefully. Okay. This is just examples. These are from HPB. HPB has also been promoting about healthy lifestyle. How do we maintain, our health? Reduce illness. So these like some of the tips. Like one of the things that they came out was how to hit these 10,000 steps a day. I think you can go to their website. You can look at it. So we just flash it here. So when you're free, you can always look at it. So it's good, to exercise doesn't mean that you have to go for gym and all this. Even walking, every day, it actually helps us to maintain our good health. And then the other one on the right side would be on healthy plate. So you look at this healthy plate is about the portion of food that we take, okay, typically for every meal. All right, you'll see that fruits and vegetables, takes half the plate. And then on the other side would be a quarter for each, like carbohydrates would be like our rice, noodles, pasta. And then the other half, the other quarter would be meat, tofu, fish. And then also you look at this, it also says choose water. Drink more water also. Use healthier oil, be active. So I think these are one of those very healthy behaviors that we adopt, to maintain our good health. Okay, but the thing is that, okay, as much as we can do, we can, everything that the examples, the tips that we have shared, everything I follow. But sometimes things do happen, accidents may happen. So what can we do about it? Okay, active aging is definitely for everyone, regardless of your age. You can be as young as in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or you're already 60 or 80. It doesn't really matter. All of us want to age, gracefully. But then at the same time, we want to stay active. We don't want to be a whole day just at home facing, the wall, just myself and nobody else. But of course, before you embark into an exercise program, if you have certain conditions, it's always good to check with your doctors or your therapist. What kind of exercise that you can do. Listen to their advice, and then and even food itself also is the same. There are certain kind of food that you might not be able to take. So talk to your dietitian also or your doctor. Okay. So if let's say if you want to adopt an exercise program, maybe you just start something small. Okay, something that is low risk. Don't jump the horse. Straight away go to the gym, carry weight, or go for a treadmill straight away. This can be very tedious for you, and it might not be very good for your heart. if let's say if you have a heart condition, so start something small, low risk. Yeah, maybe walking, go downstairs, walk for 5 minutes around your block, then you come back. Okay, just for starter. Yeah, because if let's say you are not used to exercise and this is like the first time, yeah, so before that, check with doctor first and then start something small. I myself also do exercise. Like when I morning I wake up, I exercise on the bed, I stretch a bit. Okay, then I feel much better. Yeah, and then or you prefer something else? Maybe you want to do like simple yoga. Mindfulness program are more on like meditation, deep breathing exercise. These are some of those very simple and yet very helpful. Okay, for a starter. Okay. And what about maybe you want to do something else even more? Maybe you want to engage with some new activities, not just whole day like exercise, I mean, you don't walk whole day, like you do exercise whole day. Maybe you want to adopt a new hobby, okay? It can be anything. These are just a few examples. It can maybe gardening, or you prefer like to read, you like to write, yeah, take photos, yeah, or you like to do jigsaw puzzle, art and craft, anything under the sun, whatever that you enjoy doing. Or maybe you feel like, oh, maybe I want to do something to help someone. Maybe you want to volunteer. Yeah, volunteer can be in anywhere. You can volunteer like CC. I'm sure that they might also need some volunteers, or RC. Yeah, or religious group. Yeah, the church, the temple, or the mosque. Yeah, you can serve there. Or you can join senior activity centers. Yeah, they also need some volunteers. So if you have the heart like, oh, I want to do something meaningful, I want to help someone, you can also volunteer. Or perhaps that you find that, hey, I'm still quite well, I still can work, even though I'm retired, but maybe I can do part-time job. Yeah, so engage in something, some activities, something that you enjoy doing, and you will be you will sustain it. Because if you're doing something that you don't like, maybe you do once only, oh, you give up already. So find something that you enjoy doing, or you can even doing as a group, maybe with your friends, your family members, doing together, and it's also more enjoyable and more fun, right? Yeah. Okay, so how do we use our time? Okay, here we are talking about our biological rhythm, which is our body clock. So our body clock means like 24 hours. All of us have 24 hours, right? Our body clock will always try to balance ourselves, okay, between like rest time and activity times or wake time, okay? So we typically, if you have read some research, they actually would tell us that we spend about 1/3 of our life sleeping and resting. Okay, so like for example, we sleep about 7 to 8 hours a day. So it's about almost like 1/3 of this 24 hours, right, in one day, right? Yeah. So our body will always try to balance, this our body clock. Yeah. That's how what it says in this slide, like good harmony, between both resting time and wake time or activity time. Okay, yeah, here this is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so typically in one day, how we spend our time every day. Yeah, we rest, sleep. Okay, work can be a paid job, like myself. I go to office, I work. Okay, but that some might not work a paid job. Maybe your job is a volunteer work. You go and volunteer somewhere to help someone. Okay, you organize program. Let's say you are in the CC, you help to organize programs. So this is also like kind of work, even though it's voluntary work. Okay, or you are going to help someone to clean their house, or you clean your own house. Also, that is also considered like a work. Okay, and self-care. Self-care here we are looking at every day. You wake up, I brush teeth, I go toilet, taking care of our own needs. We eat, yeah, we need to fill up our stomach, take a shower, for example. So these are self-care. And then leisure is something that we do for fun. Yeah, we go for movies with my family, we play games. So these are something like leisure. Okay, yeah. So typically this is how most of us will spend our one whole day, 24 hours. Okay, yeah. And then time will, Okay, here you look at this time wheel is, let's say look from the top, 12 a.m. all the way throughout the whole day until 11:59 p.m. Okay, and then you hit 12 a.m. again, right? So typically in one day, our every day how we spend would be like our rest, just like what I mentioned earlier, self-care, work, and then our leisure. Okay, so say for example, okay, here this is one example. Every one of us have different daily routine. This is just one example. Say this particular person, 6 o'clock in the morning, he wakes up. Then you do a bit of exercise, stretching exercise on the bed. And then after that, he goes to breakfast. Then you go to the park to take a walk. Then go market, buy food, grocery. Then after that, go home. And then go to a senior activity center, maybe participate in some activities, whatever activities they have, maybe it's a qigong exercise or whatever. Okay, and then after that, go back for lunch, maybe cook something, cook some healthy food, some vegetables, some fruits, and meat, and etc. Okay, and then go for walk after that, maybe just try to exercise a bit after the meal, then go for a slow walk. Then after that, then go for mental stimulation activities. These are activities that are very typical in a senior center. They always have this. They even have like where people go for learn digital, like how to use handphone, how to use iPad, or even a laptop. Yeah. So these are some of those. Rami, I know some senior centers got mahjong. These are activities that stimulate your mind. To think. What to do. Yeah, how to play a game. How to look at your phone. How to mingle with your phone. Yeah, things like that. Or how to do something. So these are mind stimulation or mental stimulation activities. And then after that, then evening time. Then you go home. Then maybe you spend your time watching TV, after your dinner. Then finally 10 p.m. you go back to sleep, and then next day again. So our daily routine not necessarily might be the same. Every one of us are different. Like people who, like for myself, we are working. I wouldn't have these activities in the afternoon because I'll be whole day working like now. Okay. Then my exercise routine might not be in the daytime. I do my exercise in the evening. After I come back from work, I go for exercise, then after that I have my dinner. Yeah. Then I spend time with my family. And then weekends and another routine again. So make use of this time wheel, and then plan out what is your daily activities, what you want to do. Make your life more meaningful. I do know that like weekends, sometimes it's a family day. You will go out with your family, your children, grandchildren, yeah. Or even if you do not have any children or grandchildren, maybe it's the time where you go out with your friends, yeah. You'll go for a movie, go for I don't know, anywhere. In Singapore, there's actually no lack of activities to do. Go to the museum, go and watch Esplanade. They got a lot of programs during the weekends. I'm not promoting any of these. This is just some of the attraction. Or go to the zoo. Bird paradise, for example. So sometimes daytime, maybe we are more routine. Every day is quite the same, but weekends is the time where family day comes, where we spend time with our family and also maybe our friends also. Yeah. So what is your daily routine? What kind of lifestyle you lead? Do you maybe every day I just stay at home I don't like to mingle with people I don't contact not many people. I don't really do exercise, so every day I just sit at home. I watch TV, read newspaper, and then maybe try to look at this three things earlier I mentioned: move, mingle, and manage. The 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So try to put in like look at the time wheel. Okay, so maybe typically you can plan out, okay, maybe I will spend like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock I wake up in the morning after my breakfast, and then I rest a little bit. Okay, I go downstairs, take a half an hour walk around my neighborhood, Yeah, then after that, I go back home. So maybe you want to, if you know that, oh, I'm not the person who always exercise, maybe you want to incorporate this activity into your time, So that's why this time will would help us, to plan out our daily routine. Okay, yeah. So these are just like, okay lah, the one that on the slide is some examples lah, But of course, every one of us are different. Okay, yeah. So I am actually finished my presentation today. So a little introduction of our team. We are from CRES. So we are community outreach team. So we provide community care and support, and we provide this intervention care for vulnerable individuals, seniors, who have physical and mental health conditions like, for example, dementia and depression. We also do community outreach. So we focus on raising awareness of mental health conditions. We also promote early recognition of at-risk individual, through preventive activities like mental health screening. So we work with CCs also, to do mental health screening together with health screening or functional screening. We also provide health talks like what I'm doing right now. Okay, so this health talk can be like online, like this webinar style, or we also do it in the community, in the CC, with the MP, yeah. So in different constituency, when we are invited to give a health talk, okay. And then besides like supporting the individuals and the seniors, we also care for the caregivers. So we provide this support for them as well. Caregivers are also one of those who are people who are very important, because they are the ones who look after like their elderly at home or the sick at home. And we have a support group to support these caregivers. So it's through our WhatsApp chat link, which is a WhatsApp group. Okay, and then we also organize activities, gatherings, outings, and also talks for them. So if you know that there are people around you, or you happen to see someone who need help, can always keep in touch with us. Okay, and of course also depends on the location they are staying. So it doesn't really matter if it's not within our boundary, we can always refer to another CRES team. Okay, yeah. For those seniors, wherever you are staying, we are very privileged in Singapore that Singapore government is placing a lot of senior centers all around Singapore in different neighborhoods. So if you feel like you want to join some other seniors together, join their active aging program. They have a lot of activities. You just need to walk in and ask them, oh, I'd like to join. You can ask the staff there what kind of activities they have. Yeah, you see from this picture, right? These are some of those activities they have. Like they have things that you can do, like breaks. There are some others, and some of them like singing, or etc. So they have different programs that every senior centers will have. Yeah, so it's also good, like, if you all, even you don't really go to these activities, what about the CC? CC also have a lot of activities they can join, and it's for all ages. Yeah, or you also can join religious group. If you have a faith and you attend a church or a mosque or temple, they might have some activities that maybe might be suitable for you, and according to your needs. Okay. So today I have finished my presentation. I have also posted the evaluation form in the link. Yeah, the link is at the chat box. Okay, and then if you have any questions, you can always ask me, or you can post it on the chat box also. And then also maybe before we leave, maybe we can also take a picture. Okay, yeah, I think I will stop sharing. Yeah. 1 second. So do you have any question? Let me look at the chat box. Is there anything? Where's the chat box? Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to share? Maybe earlier I mentioned about like what kind of lifestyle you live. Yeah. well, feel free. Maybe you just unmute yourself and then you can share. Or maybe your typical routine, if you don't mind sharing. Yeah, I would like to hear from you. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. If not, then maybe if you can turn on your video, maybe I will just take a picture of all of us. Okay? Yeah. Just give me a second. Okay. I mainly mention something. May I know how come the leg get cramped? It can be a variety of conditions. I mean, I'm not in the position to say anything here or to give advice because this could be a medical condition. Yeah. But let's say if you find that, you have cramps besides, like, of course, I would advise you to go and see your doctor to find out exactly what's wrong, and also to do some medical checkup with the doctor so that the doctor can do a thorough investigation on exactly what's wrong with your leg. But let's say if you are sitting down now and you find that, hey, my leg is cramped, you can do a bit of massage, help for the blood circulation, and then you can walk. Because sometimes what happens is that we get cramped not because like we have certain medical condition. It could be, I've been sitting down too long, and then our blood do not circulate. And so maybe after I take a walk, a few steps at home, and then I massage my leg a little bit, then I feel better. Okay, yeah. But then what about if it's like persistently you have this cramp? Even if you're walking or you just go for a swim, you feel the cramp, or you don't do much things, out of nowhere you just feel the cramp, and then it's very frequent. Then it would be better for you to see a doctor and get some medical advice. Okay, yeah. I do have this problem if I walk too much. Yeah. So I think walking or standing too long, do cause a lot of problems to our legs. Yeah. Especially, your legs also will feel tired, right? After you're standing for too long, not just cramp, sometimes, wow, really painful, right? I mean, I have experienced before, even when I was like in school, where in school I joined a uniform group and we had to stand and march, for like an hour, half an hour, and then we continue to march under the sun. Yeah, I also feel that that problem too, the pain and all this. So of course that could be this problem because that we overuse our leg muscle, for example. But what if there's a medical condition? So you have to see how frequent is it really a concern to you. Perhaps that when you're seeing your doctor, bring it up to the doctor and ask the doctor, is it because I walk too much or whatever reasons, so that the doctor can look at your condition and then to do investigation and see what's wrong. Okay, yeah.
May I ask you,
Yeah, Madam Tan,
uh,
is it? Who or Christina, is it? Oh, sorry,
yes,
Christina. Yeah,
may
hello.
I ask you, as we are 18, we are told must take care of our kneecap. How to take care as we walking or slow jogging?
Taking care of knee,
Ah,
Okay. I think taking care of knees is like, okay, one of the things is that you want to prevent fall. I think many of us knows that when you fall down, you tend to get injured. As we age, right? As earlier in my slides, I also mentioned about, our muscle and bone mass, bone mass also. And then we also are not as strong as we used before. So all these are reduced, and our bones sometimes can be very brittle, very fragile. So try to avoid falls. Yeah. And in terms of exercise, what kind of exercise you can do? I wouldn't know what is your medical condition. So it's better to talk to your doctor first before you embark into any form of exercise, right? And I also earlier also mentioned about start slow, something low risk. You will not sustain a fall that easily. Okay. Yeah. I do know of like my mom, she exercised at home. She walked around in the house because she had previously fallen down before, and then she got injured. Yeah, and quite a serious one. So after that, then and if she go out, she will always make sure that someone accompany her. She does not go out on her own. So I think these are some of the preventive measures. Just like my mom, she knows how to take care in that way. So it's not just taking care of our knees, but also taking care of general health. Yeah, you don't want to fall. You can do some mild exercise. I always think that, exercise is, walking exercise is always for everybody. Anyone can walk. Yeah, it's only a matter of distance. Maybe in terms of time. When I first started exercising, I don't go for 1 hour running. I don't do that. I go for like 15 minutes, then I'm tired already, and then I increase slowly, gradually. Like first week I only walk around for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I feel that my stamina is much better, I didn't get injured, and then I proceed to slightly longer duration. Now I can even walk 1 hour, I have no problem. Okay, but of course that is me. But what about yourself? Maybe your stamina only can last you for 10 minutes, and then you walk 10 minutes. Okay, we can also break down, our exercise program, meaning that morning I walk for 10 minutes, maybe afternoon I walk for another 10 minutes, and then evening time another 10 minutes. All in all, I already walk for half an hour. Yeah. So not necessary that when you do exercise mean that you have to walk. Okay, I have to, even I'm very tired, I cannot take it, I still have to continue for the next half an hour. No. If you're tired, just take a rest. If you're in the park, there are certain places that are very safe for us, like in the park. Yeah. I know of people who jog on the road. Yeah, I don't usually recommend. I myself also do jogging, but I don't jog on the road. I will go to the park and jog because I find that it's safer, that there's no cars around. Bicycles also don't really go there. On the main pavement, yes lah, they are there like bicycle people who deliver food. Yeah, but in the park itself, most people who go to the park is always exercising. Yeah, so it's also more fun, and a lot of trees. It's also very fresh air. Yeah, so I think good to look after yourself. If let's say if you see a doctor, I know of people like the doctor will recommend this the what they call the knee cap, like knee guard where they put around their knees. So if the doctor recommend it, then why not just use it, lor? Okay, and
Thank you.
Meili also mentioned that wear socks at night. I think also maybe because of the circulation, right? So sometimes our feet might feel cold. I'm not sure whether you sleep with aircon or not, but if you have your aircon on, yeah, and as you sleep, sometimes you feel like the feet, or your hands also, this part of your hands, sometimes feel chilling, cold. So you might need to like put your hands and feet under your this blanket, or comforter, and sometimes you might need to wear socks. I think if there's a need to, I think it's fine lah. Yeah. And then
hello.
Yeah. Sorry, someone said something. Okay, and David asked.
Yes, can I?
Oh yeah. It's okay. Esther, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I interject here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, can I'm rather disturbed by what appeared on our national TV. These two pretty young ladies doing yoga. And then I don't know whether you remember watching this. Then this yoga person, famous female celebrity, came out of the screen and then helped her friend, I think her friend, to do yoga. But her friend fell, and she said this, not to worry, falling is a step towards improvement. I think it sends a very disturbing message that we don't have concern about falling, but we have to be concerned about falling. But these young things, I mean,
yeah, I think I saw that.
Pass the message that don't worry, fall. Yeah, fall as many. Yeah, the advertisement, right, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Is there
I
any way
saw it
that
also.
you as an influencer can tell? Yeah, can tell our media corps, I mean, to look into this, because the message it comes across is really wrong. You know, when you fall, you have to be worried, I mean, and not take it positively. It's a step towards improvement. maybe when you're 6 years old, you know.
I'm not sure whether what message they're trying to tell us, but not maybe not literally. I would look at it, okay, not literally as you fall down is okay, when it's physically falling down. I look at it as falling down means like when we fail doing something, okay, meaning that we shouldn't give up hope lah if we fail to do something. Take example, when I was in school last time in school, my parents always tell me, say that it's okay if you don't do well in school in your, let's say, the subjects, don't give up, try again. Yeah, so this is the message my parents give me. So when I look at the adverts, right, I seen it. I also feel very disturbing, because they were doing yoga, and then the other friends said that it's okay. I also feel very disturbing. But I will think back, when I was a kid, that time when my parents told me that don't give up when you, let's say, you don't do well in certain things, and then you try again. So I think that maybe this is the message they are trying to portray. But then the picture itself, the falling down, seems to be not so accurate lah. I mean, that's my personal opinion lah. I mean, I have no say about what MediaCorp want to show on the national TV lah. This is not me lah. We don't have the right to say, correct or wrong. But to me, I think like I will look at it in the positive way, where they are trying to encourage people not to give up hope. Okay. Yeah.
Because it seems to rush.
Yeah, can I add something? Can I add something?
Yes.
Barbara here. When you're sharing, I didn't watch this particular one, I don't know. But let's say, for example, a small kid fell down, will cry, correct? So as parents, somebody say, don't worry, it's okay. I mean, in the sense that don't make it so big, don't blow up the issue. Can be the other way around,
Correct.
Positive, I mean, not negative.
I think many a times we also fail in certain things like talking about cycling, right? When I first learned how to cycle, I think it's like I fall down so many times, and my dad was the one who teach me how to cycle, and I fell down and then I injured myself. Then we stopped then bring home and dress my wound. I didn't sustain that very heavy fall. I didn't get a fracture or anything, but he will always check, anywhere got pain or not. Then I say it's only the wound. So I think messages like this sometimes can influence the way that the things that portray to us. We have to think carefully what exactly is trying to tell us. If we find that, for example, we know that falling down may cause certain consequences. Okay, it can, worst scenario is like we get a fracture. Okay, but maybe minor thing, okay we fall down, a bit of a wound, okay you just put a bit of clean up the wound, put a plaster, you are fine. Okay, but the thing is, when we are young, our bones are also stronger. I think it's sad to say this is part of our aging process. Our body is not always going downhill. So as we age, falling down is not an option. I do not find that falling down is okay. You will always take care. But then, as I said earlier in my presentation, sometimes things do happen. So we have to take precaution, ways to minimize that risk, like risk of falling down, risk of getting diseases. But of course, if we, unfortunately, sometimes these diseases will creep up on us like for example, I know of many individuals, people whom I look after, they got cancer. They are very healthy, out of nowhere suddenly the cancer came, and then go and do a medical checkup, and then doctor find that there is a cancer somewhere in the body or tumor. Yeah, and then they had to go for operation. Some, if it's a cancer, they might even go through chemotherapy or radiation, for example. So I think preventive is good, but then once we get detected of certain illness or illness or diseases, then we have to get treated quickly. So early treatment also, help us. If it's at the end stage already, that's like a doomsday already, right? I'm sure that many of us here, probably we might also encounter someone that we love, or someone, a friend, a family member, a relative might have, a cancer, and then they pass on, right? Or any other diseases they might have passed on. So here today, message is about how to age gracefully, how we want to live a healthy lifestyle, as much as to also reduce the risk, of getting diseases, getting falls, and etc. Okay, yeah. So let me just look at the message. David mentioned about, does NTUC also follows and pack various activities into each day's schedule. If it's not just NTUC Health itself because NTUC Health, we have a different units lah. So for example, senior activity centers or active aging centers, they do have various programs. My understanding is that, I'm not from the department, but I do know that they have programs for elderly. Elderly here, seniors means 60 and above, where they have programs like they have morning exercise, they've got qi gong lah, various kind of exercise, tai chi. So these are some of the activities to suit different senior. They got singing classes, they have karaoke, they have programs for like seniors go there to learn about digital, like iPad, learn how to use iPad, how to use handphone. Yeah, they also have other programs like talks. How to prevent being scammed. So they get external parties to come in, like the banks. Banks, they are very good about cyber security, and then they will come and teach the seniors, okay, how to prevent being scammed. Okay, so these are some of those programs. And they also have like other outings, programs that they go out, they go to a museum, they go to the zoo, bird paradise, and they also organize other programs like indoors. Like some people not very active one, they go there, they read newspaper, they talk about what are the current news, they socialize with each other. So all these 3 M's also, it's like, and then they also have cooking classes, they learn about cook healthy food, that kind of stuff, so there are tons of things. So you go to go around your neighborhood, you look around, is there any senior center? You just go in and ask them, oh, what kind of programs you all have? And then the staff will come to you and they will tell you what kind of things that they have, what kind of programs they have. So every senior centers are different. Okay, different in the sense that, of course, the location different, sometimes programs also different, because they also need to cater different activities or programs to suit the elderly there who comes to them. Some like certain things, some might not like certain, so they try to ask around and see what are their favorites, and then they will do things. Maybe some areas the seniors like to play mahjong, then they might have mahjong sessions all the time, or they like qigong, or some areas don't like tai chi, then they might not have. Okay, yeah. So what are the common illness misconception that we have? Maybe you guys to tell me, right? So okay, common illnesses. I think right now our Singapore government is like focusing a lot of our chronic diseases, how to take care of ourselves. I think from news also we see, and then we have this Healthier SG program where you all go and sign up, right? And then they will do a health checkup, and then you have like a family doctor to look after you. Yeah, I don't know how many of you have already participated. If you have not, you should go. I think you can also register with CC. I think in some senior centers also they have like the staff that go there to help seniors to do registration. So yeah, so this is basically that. Okay. if you to scroll your chat to the top, I actually put up our evaluation form. So maybe you can help us to fill up, and then maybe you want to give us some suggestions, then we can discuss, because I think we over the time already, 3:05. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we will end here. And thank you very much, everyone. I'm so glad to see every one of you, even though I cannot see your face, but I think I can read some of your names because some of you are very familiar. And next week, my colleague will be around to present to you in Mandarin. So the topic is the same. It's just that, I'll be around. If I'm free, I will join in, but probably my colleague will be the one talking. I will just sit back and listen. Okay? Yeah. And then
谢谢你。
谢谢. And then also,
Thank you very much.
before you go, I think Radimas will put the QR code for you to fill up your what do you call it, passion card, huh? Passion card has some those points, so maybe you should scan, huh? And also thank you for Radimas, for this opportunity for us to share, and then for this this presentation and the health talks, every weekly. Yeah. And then also thank you everyone. So hope everyone will have a good Monday, and then enjoy yourself. Okay. Yeah. So anything you can also write to us, or you can put it in our evaluation. Maybe you can post something. Then if there's anything, you can leave your contact, and then we can contact you also. Okay. Yeah.
Wrong code, no? Wrong QR code.
The